Congratulations, and thanks for doing such a powerful, amazing film. What an honor it had to have been for you to be in this film and play Adam.
Yeah, I mean, it was, and at first it was. I have so much respect for our military that I almost didn't even want to do the film because I felt like, who am I to put on this uniform? Who am I to say, I've just gotten back from my third deployment and I didn't want to take that responsibility on. Because I was, very intimidated by it. But now that I've seen the movie, I just feel so proud to be a part of it and to be chosen to be the guy to represent Adam Schumann was really, it's one of the great honors in my life.
Tell me about bonding with him.
Adam's awesome, man, and at first, and it's very sensitive material. I mean, we're showing the darkest moments of his life, and it all started when he let David Finkel, the author of the book, live with him for those 9 months when he was just getting back from war. Like, how many people would just say, yeah, absolutely, come live with me when my marriage is maybe falling apart, or I'm trying to figure out how to take care of my kid, or I need to go to the VA all the time. When my brother, the guy I served with, just killed himself. It's like, it's really tough. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of hope in this movie, and that's what Adam represents to me.
Yeah, and and what's amazing too, what angered me so much is when these guys come home.
Yeah.
They're like, well, thanks. Yeah, basically, thanks for your service. Now,
Yeah.
and they're not cared for. They're not. That is so
Yeah.
unbelievable to me.
Yeah, we don't have the pension plan set up for these guys like we do for, cops and firefighters and stuff. And, it's tough, right? Because we have no problem sending these guys, to war, but we still don't really know how to bring them back. And it's not that the VA's bad or that our Congress doesn't care about these guys. It's just that they don't understand how to deal with it. These guys are going through immense trauma and then coming back and having to kind of figure it out. So
Yeah, and I mean PTSD. It's a real thing. I mean, the statistic of like 22 guys a day are committing suicide.
yeah.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah, and that's not and that's not just from and that's not just from this war. It's any vet. So you have guys who maybe served 30 years ago that still haven't been able to deal with it. I mean, you see it with and it's not just military, right? You see it with football players with CTE and we've had a lot of very well-known musicians like recently commit suicide, and I just think that it's tough, and we're trying to figure out. But as a country, I do think we need to rally around it a little more, and it should become more of a national issue and not just a privatized thing.
Yeah, you and Adam were recently in Toronto. You showed up at the Invictus Games, which I think
Yeah.
are such an important thing. What
Oh,
Prince
man.
Harry is doing, and what was that
Prince Harry's the
experience like?
man. It was, dude, it was so great, man. I was really glad I was able to attend it because you're just watching these guys wearing their flags and they're competing in. I think we saw wheelchair basketball, and it just shows you these guys don't stop being soldiers when they get back from war. And there was Team Afghanistan there, which how they were able they had to go to a safe location just to be able to train to compete, to try out, to be able to get to the Invictus Games, and to see Team Afghanistan there, and Canada and all the different countries. It just felt like you just feel like it makes everybody feel one. If in the military, actually, to me, that's where society works. Like race, religion, none of that matters. It's all about, everybody's green in the Army.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so great to see you doing these films and Only the Brave, and just it's got to be really important to you to tell these stories.
It is, yeah, absolutely. I think I'm in the entertainment business, as it were, but every once in a while you're able to kind of be attached to a story that you're very personally affected by, and you just feel a responsibility to get that story out there, and hopefully you work with people like I got to work with on this, who everybody just felt so strongly about this and knew that we could really make an impactful film.
Well, you certainly did.
Thank
Good on
you.
you, and always a pleasure to talk to you, Miles.
Thank
Take
you.
care.